Hi, welcome to another episode of Unboxing Entrepreneurship. Did you know that your loyal customers can become your fan and help you grow your business? I'm talking to Vinay Pushpakaran, who's a keynote speaker and a seasoned marketing strategist. And we are going to explore the concept of fandom. Let's get right into it. Hi, Vinay. Welcome to Unboxing Entrepreneurship.
Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Great. So we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, you also have a really cool term for it. So let's get into that after your introduction. Tell us about yourself and what you do.
Okay, so I'm a professional speaker, a coach, and a consultant. My domain of expertise is customer centricity, and I am a student of fandom. I study what makes some customers become devoted, loyal fans. That's what I love to speak on. And I love helping brands turn their customers into fans. And these are the fans who drive organic growth and take the brand building forward for small and medium enterprises. So that's the work that I do. And I enjoy speaking. I'm a part of the Professional Speakers Association of India. And I come with about 19 plus years of experience in marketing, brand strategy, and speaking.
Oh, awesome. And how long have you been speaking for?
I've been speaking for close to 12 years.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, close to 12 years I've been speaking, but I got into professional speaking only in the last close to 3.5, 4 years, since I was a part of the Professional Speakers Association of India. That's when I realized, I understood what that speaking can be made into an income stream. It can be made into a business. So
Right.
that's how professional speaking happened. Before that, it was just public speaking, because I'm passionate about speaking. And I also run a speaking academy in Chennai, which works with schools, colleges, individuals, corporates, where we teach communication and public speaking. So I've been involved there as a mentor and a trainer. But looking at speaking as a business, as a very different industry itself, that's something that's grown and developed and nurtured over the last 3.5, 4 years for me.
Got it. All right. Awesome. So you talked about fandom, and it almost sounds like we are talking about some Marvel comic, somebody from that, right? So explain to us what is actually fandom, and what are the implications of that.
You actually said it, Pallavi. What happens when a Marvel movie comes out? What happens to a large chunk of population, large chunk of people who are eagerly waiting for the next Ant-Man movie, or the next Iron Man movie, or the next Spider-Man movie? So that the same thing that happens when we have we follow a business leader, we follow a particular speaker, there's a particular brand, and we are so excited, we are so passionate about that brand, that whenever that brand introduces something new, we are gung-ho about it, we talk about it, we are excited about it, we put stories about it.
Yeah.
What is it that makes us so emotionally connected to a person, a celebrity, a superhero, a comic, or a brand? That is fandom. A lot of people consume, a lot of
Yeah.
people buy. Everybody does that, but not everybody becomes a devoted, loyal fan of a brand or a
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
That's it. So that fandom is the form of devotion that a person has towards it could be a superhero, or a brand, or a comic, or a company, or a movie, or whatever. It's that
Yeah.
devotion, that loyal devotion that a person has. So that's how I define fandom, where there is a very strong emotional component. I always say fandom happens here in the heart,
Yeah.
not in the brain.
All right. So we were talking before that, funded startups have very different routes as opposed to, bootstrap startups. So do you think it is at all possible for bootstrap startups to create this, aura of fandom about them? Do you think, with their budgets, is at all possible for them?
More than possible, I think it's a gold mine of an opportunity.
Mm.
Because I always believe that when you're in the market, when you're on the battlefield, you play to your strengths.
Mm. Yes.
When you're a bootstrap startup, you don't have the kind of budgets that a funded startup has or a funded enterprise has. So you
Yes.
don't play on that field, you play on your field. What is it that you can do to create that, to drive that organic growth that gives you that profitable business that you're looking for? And there are multiple things that you can do, but one thing I strongly believe in is that you can invest your focus and your efforts in creating a tribe of loyal, devoted, raving fans. These are the people who go out there and talk about your brand. They talk about your business. They refer you. They recommend you. Whenever they go out and network in their family, friends, circles, connections, they talk about you. They put up social media posts about you. You have to nurture them. Fans don't happen randomly. Fans don't happen by default. I mean, unless you are Shah Rukh Khan or Rajnikant, that's different.
Yes.
But for brands, you need to nurture them.
Yes.
And bootstrapped entrepreneurs or solo entrepreneurs or small businesses have an amazing opportunity to invest their focus and effort in. I mean, all of us have customers, all of us have clients, but are we taking that opportunity? Are we going the extra mile to nurture them into fans? Are we taking them through the brand devotion ladder and getting them to become strong, loyal, devoted fans? For me, that's the opportunity there. It's not only a possibility, but an opportunity and a huge, huge, huge superpower if harnessed and leveraged.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I agree with you because, when I work with small businesses, typically small businesses or early stage startups have started something with a passion, and their product has come about through an emotional connect with the founder itself. So, for example, I work with someone who has created sustainable toys, with the Montessori and the Waldorf principle. And she has created it because she's a parent and she wants to give that kind of, I guess, upbringing to her son. I feel that other parents will also connect with that because there are parents who are looking for that kind of upbringing, right? So the emotional connection is there already, like you said, that for small businesses, that first step is already crossed. They have an emotional connection which they can leverage. The second part of the pie, which we will talk about, is actually how to leverage it. And if you could share maybe some examples of how actually people can leverage it, that would be great.
Wonderful. And just to take that point forward also, before getting into that, taking that point forward, we spoke about the bootstrapped entrepreneurs and who don't have access to huge budgets or funds.
Yes.
One of the biggest strengths that they have is that they have an opportunity to meet and engage with the customers directly.
Correct.
It doesn't happen through an agency. It doesn't happen through 2-3 levels of different people. It happens directly face to face. When that happens, that's an amazing opportunity for them to understand their consumers. What is it that they're looking for? What is their challenge? What are the problems? What made them come to you in the first place? How did they find you? These are all important questions which in a larger organization, these are questions which are often found out through research and agencies and outsourced information. When you're a bootstrapped entrepreneur, you have the opportunity of directly talking to them, talking to your people, customers. I mean, I'm sure you are interacting with all your clients directly to understand them. When you have your discovery calls, you get to know their problems, right? You get to know what their challenges, and you address them by their first names. You know what they're all about. And and you engage with 10 clients, for all 6 to 7 of them become your friends.
Yeah.
It's a very normal progression that happens in that route. So, and that's a strength. That's a strength that can be leveraged to groom a tribe of fans. Now, how can entrepreneurs do that? So there is this, I call it the fandom triangle, which has got the 3 E's on it. In fact, recently I wrote about it as well. If you optimize all the 3 E's of this triangle, you actually get a fan from your customer. So that's what I'd like to quickly share in brief about it. The first E is engagement. Convert every communication into an engagement. There's a difference between communication and engagement. Communication is that you have a question, you ask me, I answer that question, and so on. Engagement is understand the context of it, share the response, and then after that, show the thoughtfulness and intent to know how my response actually helped you, and is there anything else that I can do to help you. It's a small example how you change communication to engagement. Then your customer knows that you actually care about it. It's not because a question to an answer can be given by a bot today. Very easily. A bot can do that. Your chat GPT can do that. There's so many generative AI tools that can do that for you. But thoughtfulness, that's what a person does for you. That's what a human being does for you. And that's what, when you connect with, so turn your communication into engagement. Engage deeply, understand what makes them tick, understand what makes them happy, understand how your product helped them. Urge them to share their stories, celebrate their victories. You help them do something they, like, one of maybe a digital marketing client of yours achieved a big milestone. You celebrate that along with them. Then that communication becomes engagement. Right. So that's the first E. The second E is experience. Now, a lot of us sell products and services. Everybody, in a business means either you're selling a product or you're selling a service, right? It's possible to build experiences around each product and services, which is a hugely untapped zone. When we, in Chennai, in Express Avenue, this is a small example, Express Avenue Mall, there's a Turkish ice cream counter. And every time you buy an ice cream from there, especially when a child buys an ice cream from there, they always have the option that they'll do a small little 30-second 1-minute game with the child. It's got nothing to do with the ice cream. They have ice cream in those 2 or 3 standard flavors. That's it. They're good flavors, no doubt about that. But it's that small little experience they create, and I have seen parents, I'm one of them, I have also shot a video when they were doing that with my son. And, there's a small little group of people that stands there and they want to be a part of that experience. And there is a premium for that ice cream. When you look at the ice cream, it's a premium ice cream. But people are fine paying with it because there is an experience associated with it. Your product is just an ice cream. At the end of the day, how creative can you get with ice cream other than flavors? But this is an experience that you create around it. When you go to a nearby, Kirana store to buy, there are some Kirana store guys who will always ask you, okay, you were supposed to, appear for an exam last week. Your child was supposed to get an admission. They'll ask you that. It's a small little experience built into that. They're selling you groceries and your regular stuff that you buy, but they will, that small little bit of experience they create around it. There are experiences can be built around any brand and any product and service that we are offering in terms of a business. These experiences are what reach people's hearts. These experiences trigger emotions, and emotion is a catalyst for fandom. Transactions do not create fans. Emotions create fans. Experience triggers emotions. So the second E is experiences. Third, exclusivity. Now here, a popular opinion or unpopular opinion, let me put it right like that. An unpopular opinion I'm going to share here is that you don't have to be inclusive everywhere. When it comes to your loyal fans, you have to make them feel exclusive, that they are part of an exclusive tribe of people who are getting something unique. That unique could be your attention. It need not be something monetary or something that's there, but give them that exclusive access to something meaningful for them. It could be your attention, it could be an extra time, it could even be a a value which is meaningful to you. Sometimes it could be something very, 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 very small in terms of value, but the other person, for them, oh, wow, I am getting this, the other customers are not getting, the other guys are not getting that. And that makes them build that emotional connect with you. Let me give you a small example here. There's a singer, a performer in the US, not getting the name. And, whenever she does a performance on stage, for about 10 to 20 seconds, she gets down the stage into the fans and does a 5 second, she plays the guitar, does that 5 second, she plays the guitar in front of one fan. Every single show that she goes.
Right.
Now, this is for that particular person in front of whom she's playing that for just 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's a memory worth a lifetime. It's a memory worth a lifetime. And that's an experience that is being built out there. That's an exclusivity that's being built out there through that small little experience.
Yeah.
And there are thousands of people who are listening. One person gets that, and that person then becomes your raving fan for the rest of his life, or for years. So that's just imagine that you're part of a club, and just before the next movie, Marvel Club, there are local Marvel clubs in the city, and there are some clubs that send you a t-shirt right before the next movie releases, and you wear that t-shirt and you go for that movie. And when you go for that movie wearing the t-shirt, and you see there are so few other people there, there's an instant connect that happens between you and those other people who are wearing the t-shirt. You won't even know, and you'll just smile at them, and that happens. The same thing that happens when you go to a cricket stadium to watch an IPL match, and you see you're wearing a yellow Chennai Super Kings t-shirt, and there's another person wearing a there's an instant bond between the two of you, and that's because you're part of the exclusive CSK fans community.
Correct.
Fandom needs exclusivity. That's how the fans, they feel, wow. There is a community of Rajnikant fans in Japan who meet up every single month at a particular venue, and they put one of his older movies and they watch. The idea is to basically bond and enjoy something that they all rave about. They're all fans of. Just another example. That's exclusive. It's not open to anybody. It's only open to that fan club. I am sure there are hundreds of such fan clubs across, thousands of such fan clubs of thousands of individuals and brands and celebrities across the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a third E. Engagement, experience, exclusivity. You connect all these three dots into a triangle. You have a fan right in the middle of that.
So when you put it like that, it does really sound simple, and it sounds like a missed opportunity if you don't do it.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So that was great information. I think, like, from the 3 E's that you spoke about, the first one, it really connected because the engagement is something that probably small business owners are anyway doing. Like you say that, for them, it is about a direct connection with their client or with their customers. So that they're already doing. So again, if we look at the difficulty of executing it, it's actually not that difficult because you already achieved the first part. The second part, the experience, requires a little bit more thought. But again, when you are, when you have created the product and the service, and if you go with this mindset, I'm sure you can create something which is really unique to you and which, makes your customer go, wow, okay, this was really great. And it could be something very small, like a really cute packaging or a nice little card which says, happy birthday, whatever it could be, right? And then the third one, the exclusivity, I feel that that is also not very difficult to execute for a small business, because you do have pretty much, by the fact that somebody is doing business with you, they are exclusive to you. And you can create a really extra exclusive group out of that. So definitely not something that is difficult to execute. And I thank you for sharing, in great detail about what is it that small businesses can do. Any parting words, for small businesses to really build their fan base?
Okay, three words rather, or rather three things I'd like to say. First of all, start off with the fact that first thing, fandom is all about the heart.
Yeah.
It's not about the brain, it's about the heart. You have to reach people's hearts. It doesn't work on math or logic or numbers. It's about, connecting deep, authentic human connections. That's what fandom works on.
Yeah.
So, number two, you can create an experience out of any product or service. You can build an experience around any product or service. I've got hundreds and hundreds of case studies and stories of absolutely out of the world consulting, teach. You can even, you can build an experience out of a jam, a bottle of jam. Because, the experiences can be built out of any product or service. So please do not believe the myth that if somebody tells you that, this is not for me. This is for you if you put your mind and thought to it. Yes, you got to be thoughtful. You've got to be thoughtful. And fans don't spring out of thin air. It's your customers who grow into fans.
Yes.
Your customers, when they come back and buy again from you and again from you, they become your loyal customers. Now, all fans are loyal customers. All loyal customers are not fans.
Correct.
So when you're loyal, please remember one thing: customers buy from you, fans buy you. So you have to nurture that emotion. You have to nurture that emotion with consistency. Be consistent, be there, be with them, and you'll see the magic happen. You will have your customers turn into loyal customers, and loyal customers gradually going up the ladder and becoming raving fans. We're living in India, and India is a land of fandom.
Yes. We always think with our heart.
Absolutely. If we don't nurture fandom, who else will?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Vinay. This was a great conversation, and it was a very different conversation than what I've had before. I think that chatting with you has given not only me, but I'm sure our viewers, a different perspective about how you can grow your business. We are all thinking about the really tactical side of the business. Okay, how can I scale? Who do I hire? And what my marketing plan is going to look like for the next year. But you've given an angle which I'm not sure everyone has thought of. And even if they have, probably not in totality. It comes very naturally for big brands to think about the whole experience, the packaging and everything. But for smaller businesses, they're so focused on the operational side of it, it may not come very naturally to them. So I'm hoping that this conversation actually opens, their thought processes, and they start to think about these things. And I'm sure they will see some growth from that. So thank you so much for sharing, your learnings with us. Thanks a lot.
It was such a pleasure talking with you, Pallavi. This conversation was great, and thank you for having me here and the opportunity to talk about this small little thing that keeps me awake day night and wants me to study it more, which is fandom, because I believe that every entrepreneur deserves to have a tribe of fans.
Yes, I agree with that.
Thank you very
Thanks a
much.
lot.
Thank you.